Okay, so last time we did a video on um, self-hypnosis and invited you to join along with me, experiencing the emotion of sadness. So we're going to go around the emotion wheel, and we did happiness, the first one, and then we did sadness yesterday. Today we're going to focus on fear. Oh, no, let's not do fear. Let's do anger. That's a good one. That's a juicy one. Okay, that'll be a lot of fun. So a lot of times things will come up, a lot of things will come up that maybe have been suppressed related to anger. And this is a really healthy way to express it and to come at it. So again, if you remember our format, we're going to begin with getting ourselves into hypnosis, and then we're going to go into just a very deep awareness of ourselves, kind of lead you through that process. And then we're going to look at a few different events, and we're really going to examine them. When we go to those events, those memories in the mind and your subconscious, I want you to really pay attention to what you're feeling and experiencing, any sensations and just connections. And so we're going to do that enough times to where we'll hopefully find a theme or a pattern or maybe a belief that came up for you. Now, if you're able to book a session with me, a hypnotherapy session, we actually go through that in a much more personal way where I'm able to guide you and I'm able to help you in identifying those connections, those patterns, and from those patterns, those beliefs that were formed that then contribute to some of the behaviors. And so some things can be very subtle in terms of behavior patterns that we may not be quite aware of until we go through this process. So it's just another mind, and it's another mind that we're aware of that we can continue to bring into alignment with our conscious mind the more that we go in there and address those beliefs that no longer serve us. So today, as we go into anger, we're going to just have you sit back in a comfortable chair and kind of relax. And as you do so, I'm going to invite you just to look up into your eyeballs and looking up into your, kind of your eyelids, up into your eyebrows, and looking up as high as you can. You're going to start to blink, and it's pretty automatic. If it doesn't come on automatic for you, don't despair. Just keep at it, and it's going to feel the blinking sensation is going to start to come on. It helps if you take a few deep breaths. Just slow down your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out, and those deep breaths. And then just that fluttering feeling is that REM, that rapid eye movement. And we're going to take another deep breath in and out. And then we're going to close our lids as we breathe out. And then I want you to imagine as you drop your chin down, keeping your eyes closed and letting your eyeballs move freely behind your eyelids. You're going to imagine that you're looking down a beautiful flight of stairs or down a ladder, down the stadium at a concert you're attending, whatever the case may be. But you're going to put yourself in the first step. And each time you go down, you're going to go much deeper into a deeper awareness of yourself, into deeper hypnosis, moving into a more intimate experience of your subconscious. So as you step down to step 9, you're going much deeper. And you might just start to feel your eyeballs really relax and the muscles between your eyes really relax. You might put your head back and feel very relaxed, and that's all very normal. This is not a sleep, it's just a sleep of the nervous system, and you're totally in control. And as you go to step 8, you're going much deeper, greater state of awareness. Step 7, you're going 500 times deeper. And step 6, you're going deeper still. Step 5, you're just going to a much deeper awareness of yourself. Step 4, the windows and the doors of your subconscious are starting to open. Step 3, you can see memories starting to emerge that you've long forgotten. Step 2, you're getting closer into an awareness of yourself. Step 1, you've gone 1,000 times deeper into an awareness of yourself. And just be there on the bottom step, inside the door of your subconscious. And as we come to the first scene, I'm going to count you back on a count of 5. You're going to go to a vital, crucial, significant scene that is all to do with anger, a time that you felt incredible anger. On the count of 4, the years, weeks, months, days are all peeling away. The count of 3, you're becoming younger, smaller, and lighter. On the count of 2, you're going to become intimately aware with a very significant experience of anger. Step 1, you're just there, and a scene is coming up. A scene as if you turn on a computer. It's warming up, and you can just see this now, this picture, the situation of anger. And just be there. And while you're there and you're looking at this scene and you're familiar with it, maybe it's something you've forgotten or don't quite understand it yet, ask yourself a few questions to help you understand it. Ask yourself if you're alone or with someone, if you're inside or outside, or whether it's daytime or nighttime, and maybe even figuring out about how old you are. If you're not quite sure, you can maybe see if you're under 5 or over 5, if you're maybe between 5 and 10, or if you're over 10. You might need to kind of break it down a little bit for yourself, just kind of assist yourself to find out kind of the age that you were at when this happened. And just be there. And this anger, why did you feel anger? What happened? What's coming up? For me, I'm angry because I got blamed and in trouble for something I didn't do. And I was trying to stop, but I was in the middle of it as a kid. And so the adults thought I was part of it. And I was punished along with the ones that were actually doing the misbehavior. I remember being very angry, but keeping that anger to myself for fear that my punishment would grow larger if I expressed it. So I have fear, I have anger, I have indignation. I was feeling accused, defensive, innocent. And just be there with your feelings. Name them, label them if you can. We're going to leave this scene of anger, and we're going to go on the count of 5 to another scene that has all to do with these feelings of anger, and maybe even anger and being innocent, or anger and whatever else that came up for you that was significant. So on the count of 4, the years, weeks, months, and days are all peeling away. On the count of 3, you're becoming younger, smaller, lighter. On the count of 2, you're going back to a feeling all to do with this anger and being innocent, or this anger and whatever other feelings that came up for you. Maybe they were rage, maybe they were fear. On the count of 1, you're arriving at the scene. This next scene, it's like a computer screen just warming up, and there's an image. And just be there. And again, ask yourself questions about this scene. Just take it in. Don't judge it. Just describe it. Figure out how old you were in this scene. If you were alone or with someone. About the time of day, if it was night or daytime. If you were inside or outside. Just put some context to it and gives you some space to breathe and take it all in. And as you're taking it in, notice your feelings. Besides anger, what else is coming up? What's happening that's making you feel angered? Were you ignored? Were you judged? Were you taken advantage of? Were you unjustly mistreated? Were you betrayed? Were you fooled? Were you felt ashamed? Were you name called? What's coming up for you? Just hold that experience. Notice the feelings, the shame, the ridicule, the anger, the mistreatment. Someone not keeping their word. Someone hurting you. Someone hurting somebody else that you love. Just keep that all in mind. Take a deep breath, blow it out. And as we leave this scene, we're going to go to our third and final scene. Again, the most crucial, the most significant scene that has all to do with anger. And on the count of 4, the years, weeks, months, and days are all peeling away. Count of 3, we're becoming younger, smaller, and lighter. The count of 2, we're getting really in touch with this feeling of anger. The most crucial time in our life where we felt so angry, so indignant, so mistreated. On the count of 1, like a computer screen warming up when it's just been turned on, this image is coming into your mind of a time, a scene, event, and a place. And just be there. Put some context to it. Answer these questions for yourself, trying to determine about how old you were, whether you were alone or with someone, if it was daytime or nighttime. Most importantly, what is it that you're seeing, hearing, feeling, and experiencing? What are the feelings that are coming up? Your ears are open and you hear everything as if it were happening. And this is a good time to remind us that we are not reliving this. We are just reviewing it. It's just a memory that's stored. We've already experienced it. We're just reviewing it, examining the beliefs and the truths that we formed when these events happened to us. I want you to take a deep breath, blow it out. I want you to think to all 3 scenes that came up for you. Think about all the emotions and all the feelings that came up. See if you can maybe put the feelings together. And if you can come up with maybe a belief that was formed. What was this belief? The belief that no one should ever embarrass you. The belief that you'll never try, so they'll never laugh at you, and you'll never feel mad. What is the belief? That you must defend everybody who has been unjustly accused. What is this belief? It's okay if you don't know. Just sit with your feelings a little bit longer. And I have some tips at the end here to help you figure it out a little bit easier. Just take a deep breath in and blow it out. The most crucial thing is to remember that these beliefs were formed a long time ago. They're not who you are now. And just sit with that younger person who experienced these strong beliefs and have compassion for what they experienced and what they needed to believe in order to protect themselves that they may or may not need now. It may not be working for them now. Maybe something new can come up in its place to replace the old belief with something that you, the adult you, really wants. And as I count you to a count of 3, you're going to open your eyes, come to a full awareness, be in the present. Count of 1, you're wiggling your fingers and toes. 2, you're moving your head side to side. And 3, you're coming into a full awareness of this room. And I wanted to share that with you as a very abbreviated example of what the beginning portion of a hypnotherapy session would feel like as we focus today on the topic of anger. And if some emotions came up, that's okay. See if you can, on your own, sit with those and maybe journal about the experiences, the scenes. They're all talking to you and they all have relevance. But maybe spend some time talking about and just journaling about the feelings that came up and maybe the belief that you might have formed. And whether or not this belief is still serving you, or if it's something that you feel like you'd like to examine and maybe perhaps make a change. I'd also invite you to call and schedule a therapy session where we can go into this a little bit deeper and I can help guide you through the emotions that come up, the meaning of the scenes, and the beliefs that were formed, and then really help you work. The most powerful part of this is the assistance in working to eradicate and remove those beliefs and replace them with even better beliefs. And so that is my joy when I get to work one-on-one with clients, is that transformation that occurs from the old beliefs to the new beliefs. And that's really the beauty of hypnosis. So what I was able to do was walk you through kind of what it's like to explore your subconscious in a very guided way. And once there's so much we can do to move into more of a functional space. But thank you for letting me share this with you today. And please hit the like button and leave your comments. And schedule a session with me if you'd like to go into something deeper and really make the stronger connections. But spend some time with yourself after this video ends and journal and really think about what this meant to you. I look forward to hearing from you.